Pega tudinho.
Sim,
Tudinho.
tudinho. It looks painful like this, but believe me, it's not.
Brazil is about to explode. For a few days, rules fade, sleep disappears, and the streets become rivers of drums, sweat, glitter, and bass. It isn't just a party, it's Brazil unleashed. When Carnival hits, Brazil doesn't slow down, it detonates.
Boa tarde, gente. I'm right here in Brazil, on the beach of Boa Viagem, near Recife. That's what the beach looks like. Actually, we are far from the city center. So you can see people playing volleyball, you can see the sea here. Not a lot of people are actually swimming because this beach is one of the most dangerous in the world. Why? Because there are many sharks around and sometimes they attack people. And it's actually a very pleasant place. And I didn't feel unsafe at all. Of course, I wouldn't walk here at night. But apart from that, it's quite nice and peaceful. So I came in Recife for one reason, that being that I want to see Recife Carnival, which is one of the most important in all of Brazil, and I want to experience it. So there are multiple cities around. First of all, the city center of Recife, then there is also Olinda, which is a colonial town further up to the north. And finally, there is a final town that I forgot the name right now, where you can see some people dressing with traditional costumes and everything, so it's very nice. So here we are, in the beautiful country of Brazil. Let's go. You can see here they have this every few hundred meters, so you can do some push-ups, you can do some push-ups, pull-ups, everything. And that's very nice. Also, all around the beach, you can just run for miles, having your little exercise. It's mostly safe, so that's actually a very nice place. So you can see here in the district of Boa Viagem, it's mostly a rich district, I would say, and people are living in these big towers, and these towers are actually guarded 24/7 because there is always a risk of robbery. That's why in Brazil they have this kind of enclosed environment that is called a condomínio, where they would live there in relative security, surrounded by cameras and constantly under the watch of a private company that is guarding the building. So let me show you what 20 euros a night can get you here in Boa Viagem. I have this apartment here, and you can see over there is a bedroom, the bathroom, very nice. We have here the living room, and that's the view. So you can see there are a lot and a lot of high-rise buildings. It's actually a very nice place. And over there you can even see a church from the Mormons, and they have this church here in the middle of this residential district. They came all the way here from Salt Lake City. Quite interesting to see them here. And yeah, that's it. But that's not the city center. City center is very different, and it's even dangerous, way more than here. So let's have a look. So I just rented the car, now about to go to the city center. It's been raining crazy and the entire roads are flooded like this. You can see. Now it's quite okay, but before it was barely possible to drive. You can see here in the front, cars are struggling just to get through all this water. So yeah, hopefully I will make it in time to show you a bit of the city center of Recife. So right here we are in the city center of Recife. It looks a bit run down, but we have some elements for old architecture. Over there at the back we have the ancient church, I would say most of the city center looks quite dangerous and dodgy and abandoned as well. So let's go to the part of the center that was renovated not so long ago. Here you can see that some of the buildings are looking actually quite ancient. They were built mostly in the 19th century, and because of renovation cost, they let them like this. So most of the whole city center looks a bit abandoned like this, but hopefully in the future they will sort that out. So we are here in one of the main avenues here in the city center of Recife, and you can see that most of these buildings look abandoned. And over there we have the Galo, which is the emblem of Recife's Carnaval. We're gonna go closer and to have a look. Let's go. So here we have the Galo right here, right in front of me. You can see it has some kind of heart in the middle of it. It's a very beautiful Galo. It was installed yesterday. Very beautiful. Today is Carnival as well, but it's raining a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people outside, I would say. Here we are in one of the bridges of Recife, the Venice of Brazil. You can see, even in the city center, the roads are completely flooded like this. They already put all the decoration for Carnival here. It's quite beautiful. Let's move on to the newer part, the part of the city center that was restored. So after this bridge, I already reached the renovated city center, finally leaving this godforsaken place. So basically this part of the city center is mostly renovated, and that's the part that is on an island. The part behind me, it was slightly dodgy, was not renovated, I would say, properly enough. That's the decoration for the Carnival. Very beautiful. So you can see already here, the streets, they look way cleaner and better maintained than on the other part of the center. And you can already hear the music of the Carnival. So let's have a look. So here we are, and right in front of me is the blocos. So they have this musician walking around the city center, and people are following them, dancing. That's how it's done here. Here you see the magicians here playing the music in front of this building, and here we have what is only for a walking street. There's the walking street, and over there is the main stage for the Carnival. So now we are in the Rua Bom Jesus, which was elected one of the most beautiful streets in the entire world, and I let you guess why. You can see the beautiful Art Deco architecture, cobblestone streets, and yeah, during its prime, Recife must have been very beautiful. Fortunately, right now it's not in the best shape, but hopefully in the future it will return to its former glory. Let's hope the best. And here we have what appears to be a more quieter center square here in the old Recife. You have a lot of vegetation, palm trees, and you also have the Galo da Madrugada, the emblem of Recife Carnaval, right here. And you can find him in pretty much many places around old Recife. In the morning, the big one I showed in the beginning, they are parading it in the city center, and that's why we call it Galo da Madrugada, to start off Recife Carnaval. There is also a stand here, and all around you can see some places to have a drink, to eat, just to enjoy your time here in the beautiful old Recife. Bem-vindo no Carnaval de Olinda. Right now I'm in the part where they're selling souvenirs, all of these kind of things. You can even get your dresses for the Carnival here. And over there, the beautiful colonial church. It's quite nice. This Carnival is actually crazy. I don't think I will be able to film a lot of it because it's just complete madness. We're gonna try it anyway and see what it looks like. So you can see here among all the souvenir shops in this very hill, we can see the whole view on Olinda. Olinda is a very beautiful colonial town, and there is a lot of trees all around. Very pleasant city. It looks peaceful like this, but believe me, it's not peaceful. Let's move on. Alright, we are here in the front of this big church here. You have here the concert area, and it's pretty much empty now. There's no one, but at night they start. So, preparing everything. You can see just people chilling out. But the most important part of the party during the day is inside the city itself. We are a bit further away. You can see there are musicians just practicing before the night. Yeah, and all around you can find some food there. If you want to enjoy some delicious fried food and beer, because most of the food here is like that. Okay, let's move on. So in Olinda there is also a beach where you can come and relax. It's not the best beach I've seen in my life, but it's better than nothing, I guess. You have some seats here to enjoy your delicious drinks. Yeah, you can just see people enjoying their time here in Olinda. It's very difficult to film inside the Carnival itself because it's so noisy and I can barely talk. So I'm gonna try again, but it's not the best place to do that. So let's have a small walk around the beautiful beach of Olinda. So on my way back to the city center, I just got lost, and I think I reached the back doors of Olinda. Which looks very peaceful. So I like it. It's way better than the chaos of the Carnival. Let's go around and try to find my way back. Normally in Latin America I shouldn't be lost like this because people could rob me or something like that. But what else could I do? Let's go. Let's try some of their delicious tapiocas. Queso e coco. Looks absolutely amazing. Right here in this little stand. Perfect. Alright, it's been raining crazy here. Here we have the tapioca, which is some kind of crepe. This one I took with cheese and then coconut. I already tried it before and it's absolutely fantastic, so let's eat it again. This is one of the best food you can find in Brazil, so you should try it. Alright, this was so delicious that I ordered a new one. Cheese, chicken and catupiry. Catupiry is this kind of thing you can see here. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm gonna try it out. absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure what it is, but it tastes great. And look at this. Wow, this is full. I'm gonna be so fat after my trip in Brazil. So, welcome back. Here we are in Olinda, much earlier in the morning. So, there are less people. Just way better to go around with the camera this way. And here we have the road that leads to the cathedral, or the main church of Olinda. Looks quite empty now. So let's have a look and see if it's more enjoyable early in the morning or not. It's completely different than during the afternoon or at night. There isn't many things going on here. People are just minding their businesses. Not a lot of people parking. No musicians. Yeah, very quiet in the morning. You can see here they are selling some kind of liquors. You have to be careful when buying those because sometimes you can get methanol poisoning. So always be careful. I would not drink anything from that, just for safety. So here we are, and we can see the colonial buildings. Here we have a patio de comida. You can get some snacks to sponge up your alcohol. And that's the big church of Olinda. I just reached it. In the morning it looks very boring here. There is literally nothing happening. So let's just move on to Recife and check. Probably there are many things to do there. Right now, nothing. Alright, here we are back in Recife center. Right here in front of the fishing vessels. Here, I just have to cross this bridge and I will be back in the city center in a while. So, Recife is actually a very interesting place because you can always find a lot of rivers around. And when the Dutch arrived here in the 1630s, they created a lot of canals. That's why Recife is called the Venice of Brazil. You can see here all the fishing vessels in this small river. So let's go to the city center. Well, people say go to Carnival, 24/7 party. Look at this. There's literally nothing going on. It's all empty. So, was it a lie? Probably yes. Am I having fun? Probably not. But I gave it a lot of chances, and maybe everyone now is in Olinda. Maybe I was just too early there. Let's go back, have a look. First, let's have a look at the Galo da Madrugada and see the beauty of it. This place looks like a ghost town. There's no one around, only a few people sleeping in the streets, a few shop sellers. Apart from that, I don't see any carnival. Here we are back in this beautiful avenue. And over there I can see already beautiful Galo da Madrugada. In this very funny and fancy carnival. A lot of party going on, as you can see. So you can see here in the city center of Recife all these beautiful buildings. It looks absolutely spectacular. Let's go to the Galo. You can see here we are in the city center of Recife, and you can see people sleeping in the streets. A lot of homeless people here. At night, I wouldn't recommend going out alone. During Carnival it might be okay because there are people around, but outside of Carnival you might be robbed, assaulted, and many other things. So always be careful here. Here you can get some sugarcane juice. You have some confetti on the ground. It's a sign that there was a huge party here. But where is the party now? No more party for us. Let's move on and watch the Galo any closer. Alright, here you can buy your confettis, anything you need for the carnival. And here's the beautiful Galo. I worked 40 minutes for this. Amazingly beautiful, in the beautiful city of Recife. It looks like everyone is having fun. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Olá, tudo bem?
Tudo bem?
Sim.
Certo.
Obrigado. Alright, so here we have the pastel de comida, and I'm gonna try one of these delicious food. We have a lot of fast food. Let's try it. Might be the most expensive beer in all of the carnival, but at least I can sit and relax. It is beautiful pastel de comida. Bon dia! So right now it's 8:30 a.m. and I'm about to reach Nazaré da Mata, which is a town roughly 1 hour and a half away from Recife, where they are also doing a very authentic carnival with the Maracatu. I'm just here stuck in the Sertão, which is the semi-arid region in northeast Brazil, and I'm here under the scorching sun trying to drive through these dodgy roads, and I can already see Nazaré da Mata. Nazaré da Mata was once ruled by sugar plantations, powered by enslaved African labor. Even after abolition, the workers stayed, trapped in brutal rural conditions. But from these fields, something fierce was born: Maracatu Rural. This is not a royal parade like Maracatu Nassau. This is louder, faster and wilder. It's a fusion of African roots, indigenous influence and the raw energy of Brazil's northeast. I just arrived here and they're getting themselves ready for the desfile. So this is the Maracatu Rural. And you can see all the traditional clothes that they're using. So everyone here is waiting for the desfile, as you can see. Very beautiful. A lot of colors under this beautiful sun. It will be a blast. Alright, you can see it now. All the people are moving. They're about to start their long walk under the sun. So let's go and follow them. Here, each group represents a neighborhood, parading with caboclos da lanza, singer and drummers in an explosion of color and sound. Alright, they are starting up the music now. And we just go on the walk now. So let's follow this beautiful company. E aí? Tudo bem?
Pega,
É?
pega, tudinho.
Sim.
Tudinho.
Tudinho.
Ah, um negócio desse.
É?
Um negócio desse.
É. Let's try to move a little forward. so they can get ready because they just stopped. So they didn't start properly yet. So that's the town of Nazaré da Mata. It's very simple, not a lot of colonial architecture, but they have one of the biggest carnival in all of Pernambuco. So we have the desfile over there. Let's have a quick look if there is anything else. Alright, so I just reached the epicenter of Nazaré da Mata Carnival. We have the big scene here, the central plaza, television right here also. And everyone is waiting the Maracatu. Everyone, including the bomberos, firefighters. And that's, I would say, the central church of Nazaré da Mata. Very beautiful little place. But here we have the food stalls. Same things. You can buy your tapioca, your coxinha, your beer. Here we have another scene. Random dude. And it's super hot here. I wouldn't be in the place of these Maracatu that have to do that, wearing these heavy costumes under the scorching sun. So in Latin America, in many countries, you can see that the sidewalks are uneven. And from what I understood, you have to take care of the sidewalk in front of your house as well. That's why here you have exactly the same kind of tiles, as you can see, in the house and in the sidewalk. Sometimes it's very difficult just to walk. If it's uneven like this, very tricky. Right, let's continue exploring. Here we are in front of what appears to be the mercado, and we have the different stalls here, in wooden stalls that just live here. So it looks a bit messy, but it is what it is. People do with what they have. Obrigado. Just give me this for the heat. That's very kind of there. Nothing much going on for now. Not sure what time they start exactly, but let's just wait. Here you have a perfect example of how the architecture here in Brazil evolved. From all these details in the 19th century, early 20th century architecture to the modernist architecture that is completely lame compared to the beauty of this house. So yeah, we basically replace beauty with functionality. These Maracatu have a lot of bells behind their dresses.
This isn't just a parade, it's a competition. They perform their toadas, a traditional dance, in front of judges. Costumes, rhythm, discipline, presence, everything counts. And when two groups meet in the street, the tension rises. Tradition, pride, rivalry at full volume.